get your bowling hat on and your vest and your pocket watch and show up to the chat, for God's sakes.
I'm on the auto.
I get why being a vigilante is like illegal and stuff. And like, understandably, the people that do this kind of stuff, a lot of times it borderlines on illegal. But on the other hand, why there has to be a certain level of your brain keeping you out of a certain type of danger.
I heard it's retarded or something.
We can't just have, look, there's stupid people out there, and sometimes they just need to eliminate themselves. This is just, that's just it, man. There's nothing, these people are not important. They're not like, a lot of times, they're not going home to their families. Sometimes they are. That's a whole nother can of worms. But I say if you go into a fucking strange place looking for underage poon and you get the shit kicked out of you, good. What is the issue with that? I don't see the problem with that. You can't just like wave it off and be like, yeah, you kind of asked for it. You kind of asked for that. Right? You know, maybe not
Tickle
all of them, but the same argument applies. Right? I mean, if you jump into a meat grinder and people are like, "Oh no, why did that meat grinder grind him into meat?" Because it was a meat grinder. And that's what happens when you do that. So, it's not really the meat grinder's fault, is it? It's the guy who jumped. You know what I mean? You jump into a pool full of sharks and stuff that are like going crazy and like ripping things apart. And then you're like, oh no, how could those sharks do that? Oh no. Oh no. Oh well. Oh well. People have died for like dumber reasons, honestly. And like, when did we stop, like, allowing people to get what they deserve in life? Like, you know, if somebody's so stupid that they do things that will get them
tickled
regularly, why do we have to, like, protect them from that? I'm just saying. Do we have to? There's not certain things would be like, yeah, well, you know, you probably shouldn't have been doing that, you know? And so you got
handsome.
You know, it's not like they were not doing something illegal. If it was just some, let's say if the bait lady said she was like 30 or 35 or like a 18 even. 18. Legal. And they're legal. Right? And then they go to this lady's house and then they get
boinked.
That would be wrong. That would be against the rules and shit like that. But like, you're walking into a felony. You know, if you get caught by this is a felony. You're going into a felony. And like, not just a felony, not just a felony, like a bad one, a socially frowned upon felony. Something's going to happen to you. Don't be like, oh, this is the one time. This is the one time. Because I doubt it. Look, maybe it does happen. I'm sure it does. But a lot of kids aren't that fucking stupid. Yeah, you'll hear about the ones that are stupid, and that's sad, that's tragic. They're out there. They're stupid kids. But I remember being a kid. I wasn't that stupid. I'd be like, no. No. I have a fucking head on my shoulders. And a lot of kids do. You know. That is that's pretty illegal.